class. So this is our next part. In this part we will discuss about activity number 8 as well as the most important factor in your physics, acceleration. Till our last class we have completed activity number 7. In that activity number 7 we have discussed or we have observed the motion of, that is circular motion. When an object moving in a circular path, what kind of changes you can observe. And I have related this particular thing with acceleration. So today we will learn what exactly is that mystical word called acceleration. And before that I would like to show you activity number 8. Activity number 8 aim is to observe the motion of an object thrown into air. Here we will observe the motion of an object which is thrown into air. See, it is up to you how you will throw. You can throw vertically, like vertically means total straight. You can throw horizontally, or you can throw it by making a parabola. Okay, it is called your vertical. Here you can throw, or you can throw it horizontally by standing, or you can make it a parabola. It is up to you in which direction you want to throw it. Okay. So throw a stone into the air while making same angle with horizontal. It is saying you have to make horizontally the same angle, not vertically. That means this way you need to throw it. He is saying you need to throw like this. Okay. Then draw a diagram to show its path and velocity vector. Yes, this is your path, right? In this way you are throwing it, and this is your direction and all. And what is saying? Is speed of the stone uniform and why? Let us draw a velocity vector for this. Student, this is what your time. This is what your distance. Please remind your activity number 3 and your figure number 8, where we have discussed the distance time graph. Okay, a distance time graph will always give you direction. See, this is what a distance time graph. Again, I will explain you. Here, distance stands for this direction and time will go with x-axis. Okay. Here time is changing. Okay. The condition is you need to throw the ball horizontally into the air. Horizontally you are throwing. So here the distance is same, right? At each and every point the distance is similar. Distance is not changing because you throw it like that now. So here distance won't change. Okay. With time distance is changing. With time distance is changing, but you need to remember equal interval of time covers equal amount of distance. Equal amount of time covers equal amount of distance. As you can see, you are throwing in this direction. See, path is this one. How it will see here, what you can look. So this is what the distance graph. Here this will be like that. And here, and again this is another axis. Friends, what I am saying, on the first second, it covered this much distance. Suppose 2 meters it covered. On the second, it is covered another 2 meters, that is 4. On the third second, it covered another 2 meters, that is your what? 6. So as you can see, at equal time interval, it is suppose 0, it is 1, 2 and 3 seconds. On first second it covered 2 meters, on second it covered again 2 meters, and third second also slot it covered 2 meters. As you can see, the speed is uniform. The speed is uniform. Then he asked some question: is the speed of the stone uniform and why? Is the direction of motion constant and how? In the above activity, you might have noticed that the speed of direction of motion both changes continuously. Students, as you can see here, along with speed, direction also changes. Along with speed, see, I would like to say you one thing. When you are throwing the stone horizontally, at some point this stone is falling on the road, right? It won't go always like that. Yes, up to some distance it will follow the constant one, the way I have explained just. But later what will happen to the direction? It will go on to the ground. Here what I can say from here, with time in the above activity, you might have noticed the speed and direction of the motion both changes continuously. Here direction also changed, speed also changed. How speed changed? The speed decreased. The stone keeping a distance from you, as much as distance it is going away from you, the speed is decreasing that much. Direction also, it is not going at some point, like as I explained before, it will cover some distance horizontally. Then later it will what? It will go towards the ground. Right? Can you give some examples where speed and direction simultaneously change? From the above three activities, we can conclude that the change in velocity takes place in three ways. Students, he is asking how both speed and velocity changed. Both speed and velocity, speed and direction. See, just remind your activity number 5, 6 and 7. At activity number 6 and 7 we have proved that only what? Your velocity changing but direction never changes. But here what? Both speed and direction is changing. So he is asking how? Give us some situations. First is speed changes with direction remaining constant. If direction is remain constant, speed is changing. How? As you all can see, first we have thrown the pebble in horizontal direction. So here at some point, up to some distance, the speed was increasing. The speed was increasing while the direction was same. The direction was same. Suppose it was horizontal with the field. It was horizontal with the field. Then the speed was increasing continuously. Okay. The direction of motion changes when speed remain constant. If speed is remain constant, then the direction of the motion will be changing, as we have discussed in circular path. If speed is constant, the direction should be changing continuously. Both direction and speed change simultaneously. If both direction and speed both are changing simultaneously, then also here your speed and direction will change. See, here we are talking about three conditions. What are those three conditions in which you can observe where speed and direction both are simultaneously changing? And these are the three conditions which we have observed from this diagram, that both speed and direction are changing. Motion of an object is said to be non-uniform when its velocity changes. You need to remember motion. Let me erase this thing. Is saying that motion of an object is said to be non-uniform when its velocity changes. Motion of an object said to be non-uniform if velocity changes. Okay, velocity will change, then you will say the motion of an object is what? Non-uniform. About uniform, non-uniform we have already read in our like before 6th activity or the 5th number activity, and we are clear from this diagram. If velocity is changing continuously with time, then the object will be called as non-uniform. Now we will go for the next and most awaited topic, acceleration. Now students, we will discuss about acceleration. Acceleration is very important. Please pay close attention to it. Okay. Let us talk about acceleration. We can change the velocity of an object by changing its speed or its direction of motion or both. The statement says we can change the velocity of an object by changing its speed or by changing its direction. That's what we have learned in our upper three conditions, right? You can change the velocity of an object by changing its speed or changing its direction, both. If I am changing my direction, I need to stop. At some point, if I want to change my direction, I need to stop. You will say, sir, by running only I can change my direction. Yes, but at the threshold point you are changing your direction. Okay, if you are moving in a circular path also, at each and every point you are changing your direction. If direction changed, then you will be called as a change in velocity. If speed changes, suppose I am moving, I stop. Again I am moving. So here also velocity from increasing to decreasing, again from decreasing to increasing. In both the cases, if speed is changing or your direction is changing, the object is said to be non-uniform. Why? Because velocity will change eventually. Now, in either case, the body is said to be accelerated. In both the cases, if you are changing direction also, or if you change your speed also, in both the cases, the object will said to be accelerated. How? Let us take an example. We experience acceleration many times in our day-to-day activities. For example, if you are traveling in a bus or a car, when driver presses the accelerator, the passenger sitting in the bus experience acceleration. Our bodies press against the seat due to the acceleration. Okay. You might have seen Oggy and the Cockroaches and all, like Tom and Jerry, these all stuff. Whenever you are looking at the car, if car is increasing its speed, suppose they are increasing their speed, then they are going a little bit back. Right? You can see the eyes are popping out, the mouth is open. Okay, wind is going inside it. You can see like cartoon type thing. Why? Whenever the speed increase, you can see the hair of the, like whatever be the person, that will go back and he will be stick up with particular what? Our seat. So here what, when the driver has pushed the accelerator, the itself, like the passenger will experience acceleration. Yes, I am moving a little bit fast now. Right? Next point, when our bodies press against the seat due to the acceleration. This is first one. We observed acceleration when speed changes. Now suppose we are driving a car. Let us steadily increase the velocity from 30 km per hour to 35 km per hour in 1 second, and then 35 km per hour to 40 km in the next second, and so on. In the above case, the velocity of the car is increasing 5 km per hour. At the rate of change, the velocity of an object is called acceleration. Students, if I change my speed suddenly, of course you will get a shock. Like, see, if you are sitting beside a bike, you can see most of the time when you are putting accelerator and you will leave the gear, like clutch and gear at the same time, without any proper combination, the bike will give a what? Jerk. The person sitting behind you may experience that one. He can fall down, or he can what? He can jump, whatever, little bit thing will happen. But if you are changing speed slowly, although you are in uniform, like non-uniform, but you are changing your speed continuously. In first second you have changed 5 km per hour. In second you are 10. In third you are going 15. So slowly you are raising your speed. So in this particular case, you will say it is uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. What about a bus moving in a direction? Suppose this is a vertices. The bus started its journey. Now it is changing its direction. Students, you might have experienced this one. When they are cutting like that, you are thrown outside, right? When the bus is changing its direction fastly, you can see you will be what? Pressed against your seat on your left side. Suppose he is moving in this direction, you will be pushed in that direction only. Suppose the bus is turning like that, then you will be thrown in this direction, again in this direction. Now you are a little bit stable. Suppose bus turned again. Now what will happen? Again you will be thrown in this direction. Are you getting my point? and the person who is sitting on that corner, that side of the bus, will fall down. I don't know with you it is happened or not. With me it has happened a lot of times when I was in my childhood. When I was sitting in a bus, if I am little bit like thinking about something else, or I have slept, basically in TSRTC buses, there is nothing to hold in your hold beside. So you are sitting like that gently. In a turning, if they are changing, you will fall down. Why you are falling down? Like why you have fall down? Something happened, right? That's what called as your acceleration. Here, if even though the bus is on the speed like same direction, but it is changing its direction. That is why you have pushed or you have experienced a force in a particular corner. Okay. So here these are some examples of your acceleration, and at last what it is saying, we distinguish speed and velocity for this region and define acceleration as the rate at which velocity changes. So finally the definition will be rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity is called as acceleration. Okay, acceleration will not talk about only speeding up. If you are slowing down, then also it will be called as acceleration. Suppose at some point you are 40 km/h, your speed is. Okay, but suppose you are coming to our school, you need to stop here, right? Yes? See, beside our school there is a shop. Okay, a stationary shop. At that shop, suppose your speed is 40 km/h. Slowly you have to slow down while coming near to our school, and your speed will decrease up to 0 when the moment you have reached our office. Right? So here what happened? The speed changing from upward direction to downward direction. This will be also called as acceleration, but you can call it deacceleration. You can call it as deacceleration. Did you get it? Acceleration, deacceleration both are the same thing, whereas acceleration used for increasing in speed, whereas deacceleration used for decreasing in speed. Both the cases, if speed is changing, you will call the object is said to be accelerated. So that is what your explanation about acceleration as well as your activity number 8. I hope from this you got an idea. On our next class we will read equations of motion, which is very important for you. There are 3 equations. Until then, please practice. Okay, some questions given in your page number 23, think and discuss, as well as activity number 8. This will be your homework. Until then,